Hi, so this is going to be an update video on my last video regarding vaginismus and Mosie baby. I've gotten a lot of DMs, private messages, and emails with questions regarding my journey, and I think I can try to answer some of them in this video. I'd like to say that we are very grateful and thankful that we did become pregnant. So I'm currently 37, almost 38 weeks pregnant right now. So that is my bump, and I'd like to start off with saying that me and my husband don't have any fertility issues. In end of 2019, I did get tested for my hormones, and I got an ultrasound because I was having like heavy periods, and the results came out fine. And then my husband just chose to get fertility testing done as well before we even started to try to conceive. He went to a urologist, got hormone testing done, and his sperm tested and everything was fine. So this way we could just focus on the vaginismus and trying to conceive. We tried syringes for 2 months, and on the second month we did conceive. So for the first month, we did attempt intercourse one time, and it did not work out because of my vaginismus and the pain. So for the rest of that time during the ovulation window, we just used syringes, and it was about like once a day, and we did not get pregnant that first month. So the second month, we did have one instance of intercourse, and we also used the syringes the same way, once, maybe twice a day during the ovulation window. And we also added in pre-seed fertility lube. If you're looking for lube that is paraben-free, there are some other options on the market, but this is the one that was available to us and accessible at the time that we needed it. So we used that the second month, but not the first month. And the second month we did conceive. We don't actually know how we conceived because, again, we did have intercourse during the ovulation window, and I actually used 2 different types of syringes. So we used Mosie baby, and then I had also purchased these inexpensive vaginal suppository needleless syringes on Amazon, and they weren't made for this intended purpose, which is why I'm not recommending them, because they did leak and they were more uncomfortable. And if you have vaginismus, you know that you want something as comfortable as possible. I would say overall, if you're going to choose a syringe, definitely go with Mosie baby, because I think that if I had never come across Mosie baby online, then I wouldn't have even tried this alternative way of, trying to conceive at home. I felt very supported by just their message, and they give really clear instructions. So I feel like their guidance is really important in my journey. So some other things I did do were, well, in general, anytime we were attempting to conceive, afterwards I would lay supine in bed with my pelvis posteriorly tilted, so I'd have a pillow under my hips, kind of like elevating my legs, and I would stay in that position for about 30 minutes before I actually got up to use the bathroom. I also tracked my ovulation in a notebook. I think they're called the Easy Home Ovulation Test Strips, and I also used the pregnancy strips that came with it. I followed this really helpful video that I found on YouTube. I'm gonna link it down below. So here's one of the months that I've documented. This is the month that we did conceive. The date and cycle days are listed, and then I've added in my ovulation strips and later my pregnancy tests. The blue tape is here for privacy because I've listed underneath like all the instances that we tried to conceive and the method that we used. As you can see here, I had a positive ovulation strip on my 15th cycle day and my first positive pregnancy test on my 32nd day of my cycle. You don't actually have to keep taking them after. I just had a bunch of those pregnancy tests, and I wanted to see the line get darker and darker. So I would like to briefly mention that there are definitely varying severities of vaginismus. I feel like for some people it can be more severe, and for some people it can be less. I would say in the last 10 years, the amount of information regarding vaginismus has grown exponentially. on the internet, at least, like things that I could find, like people's personal experiences, really showed me that there is a spectrum for vaginismus. That's why I think it's really important to be open with your OBGYN or your healthcare provider, because they can recommend and give you options that are best for you in your specific situation. For example, for me, I was recommended to try to conceive naturally at home and use dilators to help with tolerance. And if that did not work out, I was recommended to see a specialist and potentially get an IUI. Fortunately, I found Mosie baby, and we were able to try this alternative method of trying to conceive at home, and I'm thankful that it worked out for us. Just know that wherever you are in this journey, that you're supported, and that I'm hoping for all the best for you. If you have any experience or useful information or tips and tricks, please do share that in the comments below. I know that there are a lot of women and families that can benefit from it. Thank you.